welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you guys. I made it to a Tuesday! So this is going to be our first Tuesday episode and I'm so happy you guys made it. This tutorial is actually going to be one of the hardest ones I've ever taught. However, do not let that part freak you out at all because it might be the hardest, but it's really not that hard. You can do it. I believe in you. For those that are worried. Other twisters, you know, I believe in you too. So we're gonna do MUGMAN. If you change the colors to red instead of the blue that we're gonna be using, you could turn it into CUPHEAD too. This is from a video game and a lot of kids are actually really into it. So I'm going to show you how to make it. We're going to use a distortion technique. So this is, you might be a little daunted on that. Okay, so balloons are not blown up at this point because this is where things start to get complicated. We're going to start with a 260 uninflated, and I have a balloon stick here. So like, it's just one of those, it's a harder plastic stick that you use for balloon ones, if that makes any sense. So I just take the end of this. I find it perfect size for 260s. And I'm just going to push it inside the 260. Maybe, I'm going to go about 6 fingers, 7 fingers. And I'm going to take this and then take a 12-inch round, a white one. We're going to just push that on into the inside. Just like that. Now at this point, you should have both ends sticking out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the 260 over to the one side, and then I'm going to put my pump inside just the round. I'm just going to blow it up a little bit. So about that. And while I did that, I was still holding these to the side. So they didn't go in to the balloon. They just sort of held tight. So now I'm going to put the pump into the 260. So while I'm still holding that balloon shut, I'm going to put the 260 onto my pump. Probably should have did this the other way. With other hands. Alright. Or at least down. I'm trying to show you. Makes it a little bit harder from what I normally do. Okay, so then I rolled my 12-inch round so it was also covering the 260. This allows for the balloon to be blown up inside, and then I'm still holding it tight around that pump. And then you should be able to hear it being blown up on the inside. Okay, so at this point, the 260 is going, you can't really see it here because it's inside a white balloon inside a white balloon, but it is blown up from here all the way across. I can feel it in there. My 12-inch round is not blown up all the way, so squishing it around is quite easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my 250 and just tie that off. Now I'm going to put air just inside my 12-inch round. Actually, hold on. I don't need this either. So I'm going to tie off the end here. Otherwise it's going to be really messy. I tied this off a few times to make a nice knot. This, it's a fairly big knot. This will work really well for a raisin that we're going to need later. Now as you can see, the 260 is inside. So I'm going to blow this back up. And now I'm just going to twist this 260 around. I can sort of see the shadow in it. I'm going to blow it up a bit more, just so we have a bit more room to play with. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want the 260 to be flat compared to the knot. So I'm just going to squish it as I inflate it, like deflate it, and make sure that I always have this end here, the thing in the middle, like direct center of the 260. So as it closes, it'll still be in the center. And then we should have this. Now, we're going to do that again, except we're going to use another 12-inch round. So put my stick inside the 12-inch round. Now you don't have to use a balloon stick, you can just use whatever works. I used to use Sharpies. Incredibly difficult, but worked. So I put that inside the balloon, so I'm not sure how well you can see. I have 2 balloons there. Now I'm going to pull the inside balloon to the side and put the pump inside the top balloon. And I'm just going to blow that up a bit. You can hear that inside balloon sort of having trouble just flopping around in the wind. So now that we have that blown up, you need to, okay, so I should explain that. So you need to blow up the outside balloon before you blow up the inside balloon. You don't need to, but it's a lot easier on your pump, and it'll make your life a lot easier because it's just incredibly difficult. And you can, depending on your pump, you can break it. So I'm going to say you need to. I'm sure other people don't, but I'm going to tell you you need to. So now I'm going to put my pump inside the inside balloon, and we're going to blow that up. Just feel about how big it is. I think I might be too big. Okay, so it's about half of my 12-inch around here. So I'm going to tie this off. I'm just going to blow it up a little bit because what I want to do is I'm going to try and twist it so that this knot from the inside balloon is pointing up. It'll make sense in a minute why we did it that way. So I'm trying to push the knot inside and then putting it on the pump. Okay. Okay, so you can you'll be able to see a shadow of where your knot is. So I'm seeing a little bit of a shadow here. It gets sort of gray. And then you can just, if you let go of some of the air, you can just pull it down. If you can't see it, just let go of some of the air in the top balloon, and you should be able to see it no problem. Basically, if you're having trouble maneuvering it, what I like to do is I like to push with my hand, pull my fingers up, and just squeeze those together, and then that should move your balloon around. It takes a little bit of practice to get this going, but it's worth it. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I have my knot at the top there. should be able to see that, just that shadow right in there. So I know that the knot is where I want it. And then I'm going to pull the balloon, the top balloon out, and then just let the air out. You want to pull it out though so it relaxes around the other two balloons inside. Not sure how well you guys caught that. At this point we should have a rough shape like this. So this is our basic cup shape that we have. So just, I don't know, I like the way this one looks. So now we're going to do some raisins. Now we're going to find the side that had the knot where we were talking about earlier. Find that knot that we created, that bigger knot. We're just going to twist that off inside. Then I'm going to take a scrap white, wrap it around. Now this, and then just tie it off. I like to double knot it. Now this isn't really for doing it at birthday parties or events. I know most of you guys are now, you have now sort of moved into doing decor, so this is more advanced stuff for that. So I'm going to find the knot of the other balloon in the top, and we're also going to turn that into a raisin. So grab the knot, twist it off, grab another scrap, wrap it around, and then just double knot it. I guess you could do this at a birthday party depending on your speed and how good you are at raisins. Raisins are not my favorite thing to do, so I wouldn't. Okay, so now what we have is we're going to have this cup-like shape. We're going to have a raisin over on the side here, and this is going to be for the cup's handle. And then we have a raisin at the top, and that's going to be for the straw. I hope that made sense. Okay, because I'm going to need other things happening on the body to connect these two, I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to start with the body. Alright, now, for the body, we're going to do my very simple body-ish thing. So we're going to do about 6 fingers for the arm, 2 pinch twists, and then we're going to do 4 fingers, or 5 fingers, down then up, and we're going to go down and then up again, so we have 4. We're going to measure off 6 fingers, and just tie that off. So 6 fingers, 2 pinch twists, 5 fingers down, 5 fingers up, 5 fingers down, 5 fingers up, and then another 6 finger bubble for the other arm. Okay, we're going to use a gray, and we're going to measure about 8 fingers. Oh! Okay, now we're going to take the gray and put it through the sides of his belly area there. Oh! So just double check that that's 8 fingers, because my twist came undone. Because I know what I'm doing. We're going to come back down to the 8 fingers and just tie these together. I know his legs look incredibly long right now, but I promise you it'll work. He's got like a Slenderman look happening at the moment. Okay, so at this point, we're going to use a blue 250, 260. We're going to do a pinch twist and another pinch twist. Then we're going to do a 6-finger flower petal and then another 6-finger flower petal. Now if you want, you could do a 4-finger bubble and just tuck that into the shoe to give it a bigger look, which would look nice, and I'm going to do it, but you don't have to. Not necessary. You could just stop at the 6-finger flower petal. So I just took 4-finger bubbles on either side, so like a dog's ear, and I just wrapped that petal around it, flower petal around it. Then you should have shoes. And I'm just going to attach these to the bottom here. Oh, he's got big shoes, so that's why I went with this look instead. At this point, we're going to take a 350. We're going to do about 6 fingers. You're not really going to need too much. We're going to do another 6-finger and just wrap those together. Okay, we're going to get rid of this and then tie these together, just so they don't go anywhere. I'm going to hide in those knots, or you can cut them off. I'm just, my scissors are all the way over there. Now we are going to use another blue 250, 260. Why do I keep calling them 250s? We're going to do a pinch twist. Now at this point, we're going to put the blue through his leg and all the way till that pinch twist meets at the back. We're going to wrap it around one leg and wrap it into that pinch twist. Now we're going to take this and wrap it around and through the front, through the legs again. And then when it comes through the center, we're going to wrap it around that pinch twist again. And then you can get rid of the rest of this. Now I'm going to just turn this into another small pinch twist just so that it helps hold everything together. Although it's not necessary and you can just tie it up. So now we should have his shorts. The only thing left on his actual body that's needed is his gloves. There are 2 different versions of MUGMAN. There's one where he's got like a white cup for a head, and then there's the other one where he has a gray cup for his head. The gray cup for the head has brown shoes, and the white cup has the blue shoes. The brown one has, the gray head has yellow hands, the white head has white hands. So we're going to use white hands. So we're going to do 3 pinch twists, 3 pinch twists, and then a 5-finger flower petal. I'm keeping it simple because that head was a lot of work already. And then you can break this off. If you can, try to keep that because we can use it for the other hand. So same thing, 3 pinch twists, 1, 2, 3, and then a 5-finger flower petal, and then break this off. Just like that. And then we're just going to wrap this into his other arm. Just like that. Now, we're going to attach his head. So, the bottom, where the top balloon has the nozzle, we're going to take that and just twist that into those 2 pinch twists. I was going to show you how to like distort a nose on him as well, but I figured this was already enough for the distortion, so we are just going to draw his nose on today. But for his handle, we're going to use white. We're going to do 2 pinch twists. And the side, not the top raisin, the side raisin, we're going to take those 2 straps and just wrap those into those pieces. If you do raisins differently and they would work for this design, feel free to do it differently than me. By no means do I think I am queen of raisins or great at raisins. So if you do them differently and it would work better, actually, you know what? Leave me a comment on how you do them differently, because raisins and I are not friends. So I've made this nice and soft, and now I'm going to take it and pull it down into those pinch twists in the bottom. I should probably tell you how many fingers that was too. So at 12 fingers. Nice and soft, 12 fingers. And then I'm going to get rid of the rest of this white. I'm just going to position it so that handle is sort of at the back of his head. So it's not the main feature, I would say. Now, you could use a white for the straw, but I'm going to use a blue. 160 would work better, a blue 160, but, you know, I don't carry a lot of 160s. I don't use them very often, so we're going to use a 260. So I'm going to do 3 very tiny pinch twists. And then the raisin we created earlier at the top, I'm going to wrap that into those 3 pinch twists. And then I'm going to stretch this out just to make it a little thinner. I'm going to give it about 7 finger bubble. I'm just going to cut that off. Now what I've done is I've given it a lot of slack here. So I'm going to push the air up to that knot that I've created. I'm just going to push down from that knot. We're just going to create a bit of an apple twist. So I grabbed the knot inside and then I just twisted the rest of the balloon, the top. And then just push that apple twist down and it will stay. So basically, you push the knot into the center there and then it'll create like that donut effect or straw effect. And this is all the twisting for MUGMAN. We just need his eyes and nose. Actually, let's do his nose first so then I can do that. So for his nose we need blue. We're going to find the center of his face and we're going to do a big oval. Now he's also got a highlight, so I'm going to come straight down, straight across, and straight up. And then I'm just going to color everything around that. So just like that. And his nose is done. Now for his eyes are big, long ovals. So one big long oval, two big long ovals. It's hard to see, so I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. And then we're going to pick a side. So we're going to go on this side. We're going to come up about halfway of an inside oval. And then we're going to do like an in-cut triangle, kind of there. Not sure if you can see that. So we did like an inside triangle, and then we're going to come back up, just like that. Then we're going to do the same thing on the same side. So we're going to come up halfway up the oval. We're going to in-cut for the triangle piece. And then we're going to come all the way back up. So just like that. And then we just fill in that oval part. Again, I'm sorry, it is really hard to show you how to draw faces. I'm trying my best. My faces are way better when I don't have to show them like this. And then for the mouth, we have, it's kind of like the shape of a bean. So we're going to do a big bean. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Kind of looks like a bean. And we're going to do a tongue on this side. And then just fill in the rest of black. Now for the tongue, it's just two little mountains kind of deal. This is a lot of surface area, this mouth. Oh. And then we just need red. And fill in that tongue. I like to do, just do the edging first and then fill it in. And I have to do this. It just helps me keep everything in the lines. That's what I do. So, this was kind of a crazy one. I hope you liked it. We have MUGMAN. And if you want to do CUPHEAD, it's the same thing, only he's red. Exact same thing. Just red shorts, red shoes, red straw. Now their straw is actually striped, but that's too hard to do with balloons, so I'm not even going to get into that. You just pick a color and go with it. And if we did white, it would blend in with the head. So I hope you liked this design. If you did, leave a like and a comment. And if you have any requests, feel free to request them. And then if you would like, if you have like a special event or something where you need that specific design, you can also do the buy me a balloon thing, and I'll have like in the bottom. And just let me know. And yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I love you.